And welcome back to Alan's Allotment. It's Bank Holiday Monday, 28th of August 2023. So what I've done is I've just took the tops off these Picasso potatoes. If you remember, we put, I think it was 8 little wee tiny marbles that was left over in this bag here. They were going to go to waste, and we put them in end of June, either the middle of June or the end of June, and this little wee tiny bed. Now I've got to show you the harvesting. I mean, these have just come loose as I've been lifting up the potatoes, and I can see we've got some very nice potatoes here. I will definitely be growing these again next year. These are lovely potatoes. They make chips, mash, jacket, the lot, you name it. Absolutely lovely. What's more, I'm amazed, even in this small bed, at the size of these potatoes for planting them so late. And they are a late crop, but they didn't go in, as I say, until either the second week in, was it June? I think it was June, yeah. I mean, these are absolutely the best so far this year, without a doubt. Absolutely brilliant. We now know that that one's just starting to split now, so there's just time to get these up. But the majority of them are absolutely spotless. They really are. I'm going to crack on and get these harvested, and then we'll show you the harvest at the end. Right, from this little wee tiny bed here, and 8 little tiny marbles, I'm a happy chappy. So we've got a full bucket, and look at the size of these things. They're absolutely awesome in that little wee tiny bed. We'll definitely be growing these next year. Anyone need any tomato plants? I've got a few spares going if you're wanting to try some tomatoes later on. Ah, wow, look at these outside, just off the top of the compost heap. I think I threw a tomato in there at some point, and look at this lot. Amazing. I'm going to actually put some of these in the polytunnel and see what happens, just for a joke. This is our 3rd round of onions, and they're quite tightly packed in here as well. But what a lovely little harvest of onions they're going to be. Still perfectly green, still standing up. We're going to leave them until we absolutely have to take them out. This bed is just full of colour now. Amazing. I need to get the gladdies back up again. Some of them have fallen over. They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I need to get some proper stakes in, and I'll get my little plant tyre that I've just bought and get them clipped up properly. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at this one here. That is beautiful. The nasturtiums are coming over onto the path and everything. I'm just leaving them though to trail. More nasturtiums. Yeah, what a display they're putting on, considering how bad the weather is. So I've just got myself a cucumber, a nice one at that, off those cucumbers that have actually recovered in that polytunnel now. A couple of little spring onions I pulled out. The lettuce and the pak choi are doing okay. I've just planted some really sad autumn broccoli and 2 kale that desperately needed to go out, so I've put them here where the snowball collie didn't germinate. Still got millions of beans, still got millions of peas. So it's late in the year, but yeah. And look at this lot now coming on in here that we just planted a couple of weeks ago. Right, yesterday we excuse me, we put up a little chicken brooder shed that we're going to be rearing some chicks in, hopefully, fingers crossed. And I didn't actually get that video finished off because Tony arrived for an hour and I was very grateful, so we really got cracking yesterday. So I'm going to spin you around now and show you what we got done yesterday. Right, for anybody who's watched this channel for a while, you'll remember how we got some big concrete flags, and I was in no fit state to do anything with them. Tony and Andrew brought them for me, and they just dumped them on top of the sludge just to give me a footing across here. So yesterday, myself and Tony, we dug all of these bricks out that was buried, and I've put myself a path now straight through in a straight line from that gate to this one where I'm standing, and the chickens are just levelling that out for me now. And then I've got to come along with a shovel and sink the flags down. If you can see here, they were all sitting up raised, and yeah, and I was breaking my neck on them. So that's today's task, shoveling this out and laying these flags down properly. I'm just going to have to do a couple at a time, have a rest, couple at a time, have a rest, couple at a time, and have a rest. And then yesterday Tony dug this channel out here and we sank those down below because they were sitting up top, and I couldn't get the lawnmower over even when we do get grass back on here, and we will shortly. I'm going to rejuvenate this land and I'll show you how we're going to do that. So what we've done as well is we got this fence put up now. While I had Tony here, I took, so you can see I've buried the wire into the ground as well, and I've got to backfill it yet. But you can see these flags, this is what they were like. They were sitting up on the top, and yeah, they were just crazy. They needed sunken down like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in a straight line through here. The chickens had a field day yesterday when we put the rotavator on this, and they really, they've had more worms, slugs, beetles, you name it. They've had some pile of protein yesterday, I can tell you. And as we were lifting the bricks, they were straight in, getting all the worms and everything. So, there's another channel to go up here to what's going to be a gate here to get me through into this chicken shed. And that's for cleaning out, when we're going to clean that out shortly as well. And I'm going to harvest some of this soil because it's amazing. This ground looks desolate, but it's absolutely amazing soil in here. It's had almost, I think, it must be 100 years of chickens grazing this land, before my time as well. And this shed here, I know for a fact, it was a factory built shed, and it came on wagon wheels, and it was towed up this path with the horse and cart, with a horse pulled it up. And it's made out of solid oak, this shed, and it's 70 years old. 70 years old. So they don't build them like that anymore, and even if you could get one like that, it would cost you several £1,000s. Right, cup of coffee, and then I'm going to get cracking. So because I'm off this week, we've got the bank holiday Monday today, and I've took the next 4 days off plus the weekend again. And while I'm feeling not too bad and I've got a bit of energy, my aim is to get these big heavy jobs out of the road, get back on an even keel, and then I can really kick back. Winter's fast coming round now as well, and I don't want to be fighting on with big heavy jobs come winter. Right, so I've made a start now. Now this was tickled over with the rotavator last night to let air at it and to try and make it a bit easier for today. So I'm starting to lay these flags down now, and they're going to be like stepping stones, and the grass will grow between, assuming the chickens leave it alone. But you'll see what I'm up against here. Whilst I'm trying to level this out, I mean, I don't want it perfectly level, I just need it sunk so that I can run the lawnmower over it basically. But watch when I start doing this, it's slow going because the hens just know what's coming and they're constantly in among it. And now they're going to call me a liar, even though they've just been hounding my life out. They'll be back in a second. Like I say, it's not builder's leveling. I just want to basically get them sunk down so that I can run the lawnmower straight over the top of them if and when. Just make it better than it was, that's all I'm going to do. And then we'll just continue along like that. I'll bring you back when I've totally destroyed and it's done. Right, it's been a hard slog and it's 12:15 now in the afternoon, but as you can see I've got the path. Now I said a straight line, I've given it a bit of character and put a little curve in it and to come round the bin, but I mean the bin's easy move, but that's not the point. I wanted that little curve in it anyways now. So I've got the last little bit to dig out here and get maybe another 2 flags in here. Maybe one about there and hopefully one just under the gate. And then I can start to backfill in between the gaps. And then I'm going to have to get the rotavator and run it up that edge and try and camber this bank here. Instead of having to boom, drop down like that, I've got to try and make it so that the lawnmower will go over it. This side won't be so bad, just backfill up to this and that'll just run down. Oh, I knew it was going to be difficult. I've had to keep stopping all the time, but there we go. Almost done. There's about another 2 flags to go in there now, and I've got 2 left here. Should just do the job. Well, isn't that just typical? It's opened up from the heavens. Thankfully I've at least got the path down. And I made a start on loosening that saw so we can create a nice embankment rather than full of holes and a great big sheet drop to the flags. Well, at least we've got a start on it. Oh dear, that took it out of me. That little rotavator is very powerful and it's very heavy. It's deceiving. The power in it's unreal, it just pulls you off your feet. If you hit a bit of hard, really hard ground, which that is, and hence the reason the grass hasn't came back, it's got a crust on it so hard the grass couldn't have got through it if it wanted. Another reason why I'm digging it, well, I'm not digging it, I'm scratching the surface and taking the crust off basically. 1, to try and level it out a bit. 2, to feed the hens with all the wildlife. And 3, so I can make a half tidy job of it. I'm going to have a cup of coffee now. Shut up babbling, and I don't know whether we get anything else done, but if I don't, well, that'll pretty much be the end of it and I'll give you a final roundup. Right, it did stop raining and I'm absolutely wiped out now. You'll see why. I've had enough of this today. I'll spin you around and give you a look, see what we've got done. So basically this is what the ground was like. All crusted, hollows all over the place. And now we rotavated all of that, as you've seen, and I've got a nice little camber on now to the path, so the lawnmower will go over there okay. Yeah, there's 1 or 2 little bumps, and you can see the chickens are digging it all up again after I've just levelled it. That's always going to happen. I'll have to keep on putting it back. But hopefully the next thing I'm going to do to try and recondition this soil will keep them occupied and off it. We'll wait and see. But I've also come this side now and I've done a good stretch down here as well. But we've still got some of this to do, as you can see. Right, 3:45. I didn't think for 1 minute I would have got that much done today. I'm wasted now though. Me back, oh yeah, no good me complaining. I do it to myself all the time, so yeah. But I want to get it done. Slowly but surely. I should be taking it a bit easier than I am, but once I get going, I just got to keep going. It doesn't matter how much pain I'm in. I just keep going. My own worst enemy. Anyways, go and have a cup of coffee. And I'll be back down home for about 4:30. Going in the bath. And probably an early night. I've been at work since 4 o'clock this morning. So, yeah. As always, thanks for popping along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your likes, dislikes, comments, subscriptions, suggestions, donations. Welcome to all my new subscribers, recent subscribers, and of course, all my long-term subscribers. Wherever you are in the world, please stay safe, be practical, and keep yourselves out of harm's way. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.